What's up, everybody? My name is Jack Spitser. I'm the founder of Epic Drone Tours. We are a specialty drone content company, and we've done over $1.2 million in sales. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about the evolution of a startup business and how things evolve and constantly change. And usually are going to be unpredictable and usually not what is in your original business plan. We've been in business for over 3 years now, and we started during COVID as a COVID project. I had just graduated from college. I dabbled with a few other different types of businesses until I landed on this concept of flying indoor drones throughout the entirety of a property to showcase the property and make people feel like they're actually walking through it. During COVID, it was extremely valuable for realtors because people couldn't do in-person visits at homes because of the pandemic, and so it was a great tool for realtors to use to show their buyers, the layout of the home without actually having to show up in person. That quickly evolved into us becoming more of a luxury content producing company for real estate. That was our specialty, was real estate. We do the indoor fly-throughs, and then about a year in, we started combining the luxury aspect of videography and combining that together to make this, really cinematic piece of media that was a little bit different from standard real estate videos. So that was the original plan. I have business plans and things written and goals and everything just for residential real estate. But the point of this video is that things evolve, things change. You figure out newer markets, newer services that you can offer, what you actually enjoy working in. Somebody that I follow is Jesse Itzler on social media. He's a big proponent of saying, the biggest opportunities and things that happen in your business are not going to be in your business plan, which is very true for us. We spent about a year where all we did was residential real estate. And then we started to realize, in real estate, the realtors are paying for the service out of their own pocket, which is a lot different from like a commercial company or a bigger brokerage or a business that has a budget set out for, marketing and sales and media. So it's much more personal to them. So, they're paying these thousands of dollars out of their own pocket for a home that, may not sell. So it makes it a little bit more difficult to work with them and to get paid, your worth, because there's a lot of people that offer really cheap services in the real estate world. And so you're kind of racing to the bottom. We were pretty good at pricing ourselves pretty premium. We were the option that when somebody got a really nice listing, they were going to come to us. And that worked out really well. We still do, pretty high ticket residential shoots in the like $2,000 to $3,000 range for, one of our guys to show up for 3 hours. So it works really well. But then we started first going into commercial real estate, which is like office buildings, industrial buildings. Got a few shoots there, which started to pick up pretty well. We started working with a lot of commercial real estate agents that were leasing out different office spaces and buildings. So that got us a decent amount of work. And then I personally am a big proponent of customer service and of hospitality and taking care of people. Being somebody's, friend. It's in business. It can be very transactional, but I love building the relationships. I love talking to people. I love, making friends with the people I'm working with. And even just today on the phone, one of our longtime residential realtor clients, one of the few realtors we still work with, was just telling me like she loves to see all of my personal life stuff on my social media. So, my girlfriend going to see my grandparents, my cat, and that's the first time that somebody that I work with has ever really mentioned like, hey, I love seeing into your life. You feel like, feels like I'm your friend rather than just, a phone number to call to a company to come film something, which kind of resonated a lot with me and was a nice little pick me up, because that's kind of what I'm all about is, building these really solid relationships because people, of course, people work with people, they don't want to work with, a corporation. So that's what we strive to do. So with that hospitality in mind, I really wanted to work with hotels and resorts. And so started going after that a little bit. I had just randomly had a messaging conversation on Instagram with the social media manager for one of the biggest hotels here in San Diego, who had said, oh, my dad wants to do a FPV for our hotel. He had just sent me a Reddit thread of an FPV video the other day. So it was perfect serendipity timing. So we worked with them on their 3 family hotels across the country or across the city of San Diego. And that kind of, skyrocketed us into the hotel world. That was the end of 2022 or beginning of 2022. And once we started working with hotels and getting them a little more frequent, we realized that is, where our skill set is most maximized. Because for hotels, we will do the FPV drone tours throughout the hotel. That's the sales, the differentiation piece that helps them give that virtual tour aspect. And then we also do the cinematography, where we bring in our main man Rio, our cinematographer, combined with Mo, to take that cinematography, that drone work, and combine it all together to create this really, really unique sales and marketing package for hotels. And we've done that really well. We shot, I think, 15 hotels this year that are all luxury hotels. So pretty big shoots for us. So that's largely where our focus has been. It's moved away about early this year. We completely stopped any outreach work for residential real estate. We mainly just do really high-end homes now and some lifestyle work, lifestyle productions for homes. And so now our main focus is the commercial real estate side and the hotel and resort side. Another layer that was definitely not in the business plan early on was this summer. We had the idea to build a sales enablement platform for hotels and resorts. So what that means is hotels, majority of their revenue is going to be from meetings and events, and with those meetings and events come big room blocks. When a company books a meeting at a hotel, they're gonna basically rent out the whole hotel for their company to stay to go to that meeting. And so they spend a lot of money on sales and of ways to be able to tour those prospects and those event planners through their hotel to make them choose their hotel over all the others. There's a lot of competition in hotels, in big cities. There's hotels on every single corner, and so they need something to differentiate them and to put their potential clients in the shoes of the property without having to come to do an on-site visit. So we built this software, we call it FlyView, where the core service in it is 360-degree FPV drone tours. So we took our drone tours we normally make, and we got a drone that has a 360 camera on it, and so it's a drone tour. It can fly through if you do nothing, or you can look in every single direction. So it has that, and then it combines that with their photography, their videography, their documents. So it's basically one all-in-one asset in one link for them to sell their meeting and event spaces. So if an event planner reaches out to a Marriott saying, I'm sourcing these 10 different hotels, what makes yours unique? The hotel will then send them our link, distribute it to them, and they'll have everything they need all in one place to make a really fast decision to book with that hotel versus the others, which has proved very valuable. That's why we built it. We put a significant amount of money into the development of it, and that's going to be our focus going forward. We're still going to be doing the videography and our core services with hotels, but now the software is kind of being added as an add-on, and we're hoping that eventually that's going to become our core service because it's recurring revenue. In the videography business, it's very cyclical. So at every month, we start at zero. Shoots are mainly one-off. We get a lot of repeat business, but it's never recurring. With the software, the hotel's going to be paying every single month, and we get to do the videos on top of it. So that's the model going for. It's a lot different from when we started, when we were just flying some drones through some homes. But that's the point, is that you can't, this early on, get locked into just one thing that you think you need to be doing. A lot of people say niche down and stick to it and don't give up. But that can often lead to getting stale and to missing out on opportunities. We saw this opportunity. There's one massive company in the sales enablement space that I think 4,000 hotels across the country use. And we saw that as an opportunity to break into that a little bit. And if every single hotel uses the exact same service, there's no differentiation there. And so that's our pitch is, everybody's using these clunky 3D walkthrough tours, but if you have the hotel that has this really immersive drone tour that feels realistic, that puts you in the space, if somebody's sourcing 10 hotels, they're probably going to pick the one that doesn't look like everybody else and that actually was a realistic tour through it. So that's our plan now. That's what we're working towards. That's where we're going in 2025. But it's a lot different than when we started. And that's how we like to be. We like to have open mind, not changing too quickly. You don't want to pivot every other day just because you have a bad week. We had a lot of bad stretches throughout our business. We'll have an amazing month and then have a really slow month. So you don't want to give up on what you're doing too quick, but if you see an opportunity, you have to go after it. You got to constantly be evolving. That was something that I really worked on this year, was going back into the sort of the visionary role and driving the vision and where we're going, because for about 2 years we got a little bit stale. We were doing the same thing. We weren't growing as fast as we wanted, which can be a little bit discouraging. And so I really pushed to put myself in that mode of like, where are we now and how can we get to the level that we want to be? And these changes that we've made in the last 1 to 2 years, and especially with the software in the last few months, is the direction that I think is going to take us to the moon and to get us to that big level of success that we want to have. it's not quite like we're starting as a startup, with this new software. Kind of how I would kind of like it to be, because we are, a fairly established business now with team members, with payroll, with, monthly expenses. It's, we can't go into it and put all of our resources there and give it away for free and, do that sort of super grunt work for it. We still have a certain, cash flow we have to get each month, which is kind of why we are introducing the software more as an add-on to start. And then eventually, make it more of a core business that we're offering, because we still need to keep the cash flow to do the work that we've perfected over the last 3 years that we like doing. This year our biggest shoot was our biggest two shoots actually. One was with a hospital in Atlanta, which was amazing. We had 100 volunteers. We did a fly-through the whole hospital. And then the other one was 30 different office buildings. So we are still very much doing our original core business model, which is these one-take tours through the hotel or through any property. We do a lot of warehouses, industrial properties, things like that. So we're definitely going to keep doing that. That's what we're great at. And the new software and our work with hotels is an evolution of that, because that's still what we're doing through a hotel. We're doing the drone tour. It's just evolved into this software package that makes them 360. It's a much better offering. We're stacking onto what we're already doing. We didn't completely pivot and completely change what we're doing and start an entirely new business. It's stacking these. We do learn one skill, do the next one, get this much better, add on to the next. That's what we're doing, and that's what you have to constantly do as a business if you want to keep growing. And if you continue to do that, eventually you're going to see the success that everybody dreams of, that leads to all of your goals being accomplished. That's all for today. Let me know what you thought of my rant just now about the evolution of small business in the creative space like us. Let me know what you think about what we're doing. If you want to get involved, you can learn more at epicdronetours.com. Shoot me a message on Instagram at Jack Spitser, and we'll catch you in the next one.